5 to 6 a.m., that tends to like hardly ever cancel. That's like intention. What's up, everybody? I'm Justin Trammel, trainer here at Prodigy Gym and Fitness. Today we're going over the deadlift. So, all right. Deadlift action, deadlift day.
Deadlift, we're doing a little bit of conventional, a little bit of sumo, a little bit of both. The reason Justin's in our video is because Nevin and my deadlift form sucks. And here, I'll let you hold the camera. Our deadlift form sucks, and we actually want to compete in probably about a year now. Because I got the green light from the doctors to go back and train. So Justin has kindly decided to show us how to actually do this correctly. Right? Okay. Yeah. So to you, what would you say is the biggest mistake people get wrong with deadlift?
Biggest mistake I would say, people think they need to lift with their back. It's the number one mistake. Like they're like, oh, back day, I'm gonna do deadlift. And they do their deadlift, they're like, man, I really got my low back. It's not supposed to get your low back. So, is your low back working? Yes, but in an isometric sense. So, meaning you're maintaining rigidity, you're maintaining neutrality in your lumbar spine. That's the big thing. So, our prime movers are our glutes and our hamstrings. It's all in the hips. So, that's number one. There's several. We can go down the checklist.
Okay. We'll probably encounter quite a few when Nevin and I hop on the bar. So.
Yeah. This is technique, this is a skill, and it takes years to refine this skill. So that's why you really want to, the people that win long term, people that really do well with this, especially you're making this a lifestyle, people that obsess over technique, obsess over biomechanics, and continually working on refining that skill. Whether we're talking deadlift, squat, bench press, rows, pull-ups, any of that, you're constantly developing that skill, constantly getting better at that skill.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get Nevin on this first.
Quite a while.
Yeah. And we're gonna be super critical of him. We're gonna let Justin kind of critique everything.
Yeah. So let's let him go first. Take the video.
Specialist, right? See the hip drive?
That's just for missing it.
Is there anything like blatantly sticking out as being wrong?
So if I can say consistently, so between one thing that we can say for both, and this is a really common one, so this is a big one for everybody, is stopping just short of full hip extension. So, and Nevin actually has pretty good hip drive, but still a little bit short, hip extension a little tight. So what happens is, you end up coming up with the bar and stopping about here.
Okay.
And Nevin had a little more hip drive, so he came through, but still just a little bit short, and ends up in hyperextension at that low back. So what that is that's kind of use those lumbar erectors as hip extensors. They're shitty hip extenders. They're not good hip extenders. Okay. So the big thing, neutrality with the lumbar spine. So which means abs. So activating the anterior core. Okay. So once we have that activation, we can finish through the hips, dial those glutes up to a 10, so we finish in full hip extension, and without hyperextending, because we're keeping activation of our anterior core of our abs. So we're keeping those ribs down, and we're finishing in neutral.
Okay.
And that's our big goal.
Okay, so what we thought was full hip extension was actually just lumbar
Hyperextension.
hyperextension.
Yeah.
Hyperextension. So what felt like a lockout to us was not actually a lockout for them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see this
There you
happen.
go.
This is really common. This happens all the time. And that's part of, even when people start getting the hips, like I'm sure, Nev, you feel your glutes.
Oh yeah, activate.
Yeah, because you're doing really well with that. Actually, you got more out of your glutes. But still hyperextending with the lumbar.
Okay.
So just cueing those abs and basically taking that out of it is going to give you even more, because we're just a little bit short. So give you that little extra hip extension, getting those glutes from a 9 to a 10. Because that's a big thing. Our muscles are like dimmer switches. They're not on-off switches.
Yep.
So it's like, it's either, you want it to be at an 8 or a 7 or a 9. You want to dial it up to a 10.
Okay.
At that end range. All the way through, there you go, good. Much better. Try to punch those heels to the floor. 3, there you go. Weight on those heels. 4. Like sets of 5 we'll see. I mean, usually like 495. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right in there. Yeah.
For sets of 5?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm probably looking like
Yeah.
Yeah. But the deadlift's my favorite, man, especially conventional.
Okay.
Yeah, conventional, and it's very important, I would say, for everybody to learn conventional. So, regardless of whether you're more comfortable sumo, conventional, trap deads, whatever it is, conventional deadlift's really important for everybody because we live here.
Yeah. Okay.
So most of the time, unless you're really thinking about it, you're picking up a couch with a friend, you're gonna get into a sumo stance. Most of what we're doing when we're hinging to pick something up is right here. This is where we walk.
Okay.
So everybody should be good in this position, in this stance. So brings me to the point with the conventional deadlift, every little thing counts, and one of those things is our foot placement. So a lot of people not quite sure where to put their feet. They go wider, out-toed, anything like that. When we're doing a conventional deadlift, we want our feet to be hip width. So squat, we'll go a little wider, we'll go about shoulder width. Hip width, we're more narrow with our conventional. We want our toes pointing forward, okay, as we're doing that.
What if your natural gait is that hip width, toes forward, is in opposition to your natural gait? You force your body into that anyways?
Great question, yeah. So this is a big one too, and I get this a lot. So we're all different structurally. Some people, their hips are anteverted, some people's hips are retroverted, some people have longer femurs than other people. And you're gonna see a lot of people, their gait is different. A lot of people walk out toe, a lot of people walk, some people you see walking toes pointing forward. So ideally in a perfect world, we would all walk, our gait cycle would be striking on the heel, pushing off the toe, walking with my toes pointing forward. An inability to do that, an inability to squat like that, to pull like that, indicates that we have some loss of or lack of mobility in our ankles, right? So in a perfect world, we got perfect ankle mobility. I have total range dorsiflexion, total range plantar flexion. I can basically invert, and I can flatten my foot, and I can do that, and I've got full range and full motor control of that. I can do that with my toes pointing forward. This is where a lot of people run into trouble with the deadlift. They'll be lowering the bar. One of the number one places to see people's deadlift fall apart is from the knees down to the ankles, right? And people doing that flat-footed, they have to have enough dorsiflexion, which is something that a lot of people don't have. And that's why you see a lot of times people lowering that bar and slamming it down and losing control. they don't have control of that range when they start getting past the knees. Because the knee has to move forward, you have to dorsiflex and basically light up those muscles in the front of the shins in order to do that and have it controlled.
We were just talking about this the other week. The front of our shins, the front of our shins are a lot less developed than
yeah, tibialis, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So people love doing calf raises. Yeah, gotta get bigger calves. A lot of people aren't even aware of that, like toe raises, to balance that out. A lot of people do 2-to-1 ratio as far as toe raises to develop this, to the 1 calf raises to build up the calves.
I can go first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nevin? Already switching to the mixed grip, huh? Yeah. 225 is usually my limit for overhand.
That little cue, thinking about keeping your heels down, would actually be beneficial. People at home have this issue. Deadlift barefoot, and you're going to feel more with your feet. So that's a big problem. Talking about the gait cycle and what your foot's supposed to be doing. One of the quickest ways to solve that is to actually start feeling the ground with your feet. So easy thing to do here: deadlift in your socks, deadlift barefoot. If you feel you're shifting forward, your heels are coming up, just get in those socks. You get more proprioceptive feedback in your feet. So basically more to your brain telling you the position of your feet, so it's easier for you to keep your heels down, which is going to allow you to actually activate that posterior chain. If you can't do it, those heels are up. And this applies to squats. People have problem like knee pain or anything like that. That's a dead indicator that you're shifting forward. So just getting back on those heels, notice you'll be able to tune into those glutes more and take the focus, take the stress off those knees, off those quads.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like a squat. There's a squat they're doing all the time too.
Definitely, let's see, like you said, you get that feedback a lot better.
Yeah, where your feet really are.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel everything like that.
Yeah, totally, man. And like going to that gait cycle too, that we were talking about, so like when people walk, they tend to turn out a lot. They're kind of like, they're not dealing with their feet. And in fact, like when we talk about the gait cycle, as you're, before your heel strike, and then after you push off that toe, that knee has to bend. A lot of people, that doesn't happen. So they're basically keeping their knee locked, and they're out toed. So they're flat footed, they're not using their ankles, and their knees are staying locked, right? So what ends up happening with that is pushing off the side of my foot, I get a lot of stress in my knees. This applies to plyometrics, athletics, anything like that. Landing and the knees are caved in to a big degree. I'm exaggerating this, but we get that, we're training that as we walk with our gait cycle. We're pushing off the side of our feet. People are using their feet like they're peg legs. They're not dealing with their feet, they're not using their biomechanics. They're kind of hobbling off one foot to the next. End up treating their legs like peg legs.
This guy. I feel attacked.
There it is.
This is a common thing. This is super common. Everybody has this to some degree or another. We all have to be working on it. Myself included. We all have imbalances. We have to train those imbalances. That's the purpose of what we're doing in the gym. We're not just getting stronger. We want to be getting stronger in the right direction, not the wrong direction. So your strength should relate to your longevity, should relate to your performance. So you're actually doing better, you're feeling better, you're performing better. So another one we haven't talked about, the importance of your thoracic extension. So up and back. So then come here real quick. We're talking about through here. We're doing deadlift. We never want to be sore here. We do want to be sore here.
Okay.
And this is huge all up through here. Because his ability to maintain extension through here dictates what's going to happen here.
Okay.
So if he's weak from here, he loses this off the bat. That's going to travel down vertebrae by vertebrae down into this lumbar spine.
Okay.
Here, this upper back, this thoracic vertebrae here, handle flexion. These ones do not. You have a lot less mobility in your lumbar spine. You got to stabilize here. So, the importance of when you're pulling, squeezing your shoulders back, think about pushing that chest out, and think about squeezing a slip of paper in here. So we're dialing up these lats.
Okay.
That's a big one. And externally rotating at our arms. And that's going to give us a lot of tension in through the back of these upper shoulders. And that allows us to be totally stable here and get a lot more bang for our buck with our hips.
Okay. Now, on that topic, because I've heard debate over this online, here you go. Round back deadlifters, or lat forward deadlifters.
Yes.
Where they tuck their lats into their pockets.
Oh, yeah.
In the heavy load,
Yeah.
as opposed to doing that tuck the paper behind your arm.
Right, right.
So, thoughts on that?
Yes, and you're going to find debate on this, right? So this is just how I coach. This is how I train the deadlift personally. Inevitably, if you're trying to keep this posture, right? You may hit a certain point, you're maxing out, you're going to start to lose that. It's going to be, everybody's going to have their weak points where they start to fold, where they start to fatigue. My argument is that anytime if we're already training forward toward here, as you start getting into those heavier max effort loads, you start to lose more and more of that, and that starts to travel down the spine. And that's where we run into disc herniations, we run into issues with those intervertebral discs in that lumbar spine. Okay. So anybody I coach, anybody I train is always hyperextension, or extension, in the thoracic spine and maintaining that and holding that, because it's harder to do.
Okay, so it's going to happen for maximal lifters, like maximal load lifters,
Right.
that are going beyond what's the norm.
Right. And you know, in powerlifting, when we're in competition, it's just like any other sport, man. You're not. It's about accomplishing the goal. It's about getting the weight up, right?
Yep.
If we're on the field, it's about scoring the touchdown. It's about making the basket on the court. Whatever it is, when we're in competition, everything else goes out the window. But when we're training, you should never be getting injured when you're training. And that's what we're doing here. That's the key. So you want to train for perfection. You're never going to be perfect, but you want to train for that.
That's the difference.
So, when you're gripping, what points are you looking for? Is there a certain area of the bar you're looking to grab, or are you thinking pronated over hammer grip, or something specific?
Great question. Yeah. So you always, especially conventional, you always want to be shoulder width with your grip. You don't want, any wider is going to be tougher, any narrower is going to make it hard to get your shoulders back where we need them. So shoulder width is perfect. As far as what your hand placement, hand position is, you want to try to keep a double overhand as long as you can. At some point, your grip's going to fail on the deadlift. When that happens, you've got options. You can, one, use straps. My own personal opinion, it's just myself. Like, if I can't pick it up with my bare hands, I shouldn't be picking it up. That's just a personal preference. You can go mixed grip, so over under, right? Or you can use a hook grip, right? The thing with the mixed grip is you're gonna be able to hold on to the weight, but you're putting a ton of strain on your bicep tendon. A lot of guys that start getting heavier with weights end up rupturing their bicep tendon. But what I would argue is the most insidious thing about that is you're always prone to rotate towards the side you're supinated on. And remember, which we're talking about stabilizing the lumbar spine. We don't want flexion. That includes lateral flexion or rotation. We don't. The lumbar spine does not tolerate that under heavy load. So the more acute thing we got to worry about there are what are we doing to those intervertebral discs? What are we doing to our spine? But a lot of guys pick up some really nasty imbalances from doing that. I was one of them. So I would always deadlift like this. And I knew about that, but I was like, well, I'll just keep doing it because I tried the hook grip, it was painful, I didn't want to do it. So I basically rode this out till the wheels fell off. I started to get some nasty imbalances from it. And at that point, I tried to switch, I tried to alternate, and it was just, it wasn't working for me anymore. So at that point, I made myself train the hook grip. So what the hook grip is, you're gonna grab that bar, you're gonna actually wrap your thumb first, and then wrap your index finger and middle finger over your thumb and strangle the bar. This is something that a lot of people either stick with it or they don't, but it will test your pain tolerance. It hurts. It's very painful to learn. And it's gonna take you 4 to 6 weeks of doing this consistently once or twice a week to really get over it and learn it. But the number one thing it teaches you is to squeeze the bar tighter, which is what you need for the grip strength. Because if you're not squeezing that bar, if you get any roll and that bar starts to slip and you're hanging on your thumb, it's gonna be a lot more painful. So what I always tell people is if it hurts, you're not squeezing hard enough, squeeze tighter. And it'll actually translate to just your double overhand pronated grip strength as well. Because again, we're squeezing tighter.
Nice. Okay. Leave your straps at home, Nevin. All right. All right.
Lift raw, live raw.
Okay.
Why McAlpine?
That is such a Colorado thing to say.
That is a Colorado thing. They're saying that in Japan right now. That's a Colorado thing to say.
Demoralizing. All right, truthfully, pull the plate off and practice hook grip.
Wrap the thumb first.
Yeah, and actually, before you wrap your thumb, push all of your body weight into your palm. So you get as much pressure right here on your palm as you possibly can. Pushing your body.
Fold in on itself.
What's that?
You're almost making your thumb fold in on itself.
Right. And then wrap the thumb. And squeeze the thumb as tight as possible. And then wrap the fingers. And try to crush that bar. Try to crush your thumb. Oh man.
All your weight. Wrap the thumb. Crush it.
Yeah, it does hurt.
Yeah, I might have to go 2 plates first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
I'm gonna dial that in.
Yeah, squeeze harder. Squeeze harder. Yeah, the more it hurts, the harder you squeeze. Good. Guess what he just did? He just took a rotation out.
Ah, yeah.
So we got a frame of him doing that mixed grip from straight behind us. I was like waving you.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
You just took that rotation
Go do
out.
your hook grip again. Sorry. One full rep, okay? I know. It's for the kids, okay?
Ooh, heels. There you go. Yeah, stay on those heels. Good. Yeah.
All right.
Goddamn.
Okay.
Well done, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I feel the rotation out like a lot less in there.
Yes.
I was feeling it before.
More stable, man.
Oh yeah.
Cause that it just that side you're supinated on, inevitably you lose activation in your lat.
Okay.
Because your lats internally rotate.
Okay, so when you're supinated, you rotate more to that side or less to that side?
So you're supinated, you rotate more to that side.
Yeah, that's where I felt that was
Yes.
restricted, like.
I'm trying to find the source of my back pain. Like, I know it's partially due to my psoas.
Yes, so the
psoas.
hips are tight. So
Yeah.
hip flexors tight. Relying on lumbar. We saw that on your very first set, man. Kind of reliant on those lumbar rectors as hip extensors.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Okay.
Did you have it more to one side than the other?
So a prevailing injury on the right side, and then on Christmas Eve, a pop burn that led to not being able to walk for 4 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to get a cane in order to walk my dog.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I've gone to a physical therapist here in town.
Yeah.
We found a psoas issue.
Yeah.
Among a couple other things that my right quad likes to fail. So we're working on that too.
Yeah.
But just trying to find like the root cause analysis, beyond just the psoas. Because there's a training problem for sure. Yeah.
And you know, man, it could be at your feet. It could have started at your feet.
Yeah.
You've got a problem in your feet because you're here with where you stand before you walk, right? Inevitably, I'd say if we did a full assessment, we'd be able to see where you're shifting your weight to one side more than the other.
Thank
And you're going to see that.
Just toss it.
Are you? I don't want to.
That's fine.
You got to videotape.
Yeah, you're good.
And if we're, you're going to see that more and more as we load you up on a squat, on a deadlift, whatever the case is. Him favoring one side, shifting more on one side. Yeah. Okay. Whichever side that is.
All right, let's do this. Hook grip.
Oh.
What's up?
I was gonna say one more cue. Let's talk about one more cues because this is a big common thing that a lot of people get wrong. The barbell. Where is that barbell as you're coming up?
Middle of your feet.
Middle. Great. Yeah.
Perfect,
middle of the
yeah.
feet. When we line up to the bar, middle of the feet. Bar's right at midfoot. Knee needs to stay at midfoot through that entire range of motion.
So there's another reason for this, right? It's twofold because that's where it's going to be the most powerful center of force. Right. But oh yeah, no. So like when you're moving under maximum load, this is like power standpoint. You don't want to move the weight around you because that's a lot heavier than you.
Right. This bar path. Yeah.
You
That
want
curve.
to have it to where it's just it would almost kiss your knees, right? Because that's closest to your center of gravity, but you're not having to move it around your knees.
Exactly.
So
Quickest way from point A to point B is a straight line.
Yep.
So, lat activation, that's a big one. Scraping the thighs, scraping the shins. And that does another thing too. If that barbell gets out in front of us, that's more shear force going to our lumbar spine.
hook grip.
Try to rotate the knees away from each other. Yeah. Shoulders back, envision pulling yourself to that floor. Oh, good pull, bro. Oh, those are some much better pulls. Those were your best pulls, man. Yeah, that was good.
Because it didn't hurt, that means I was squeezing tightly enough.
I would say yes, or you're just a savage.
Yeah, just 100, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you guys nearly adopted pain. You know?
I guess so.
I was born in it. That's right.
I don't know what these guys are talking about. There's no pain.
Nothing hurts me. Okay. All right. Okay, so Justin wants like 7 plates now, right?
Ooh, let's go 5.
Okay. just a cool 5. A lot of heavy lifters, like power lifters, they don't really touch their max terribly often, right? Because the CNS work that's going on, the exhaustion, it's taxing. It's torture.
Yeah.
So for the people that go into the gym and max every week, you're doing it wrong, right? You gotta give your CNS, your central nervous system, a little bit of time to recover. I like to work in cycles, like kind of like loading, deloading periods, even when I'm not intending to compete kind of thing. I'll go volume, high volume 1 week, mid volume next week. I'll gradually work my way down to a 1 rep max, if I even want to do a 1 rep max. Over the period of like several weeks, even like a month and a half, 2 months. Just because the stress of getting there and pulling a maximal load is physically and mentally exhausting, and you can actually see it in your sleep cycles. It will reflect in your sleep cycles. On a 1 rep max day, you'll probably have more vivid dreams than you will on just a volume day, right? Because your body needs that deep REM sleep. So that's a whole other topic. Let's not talk about it, right? But yeah, so let's let Justin pull this.
Okay. Run that back. You're gonna see on that first rep that I did, that bar shifted out. I lost that bar on my shins.
Okay.
So you play that back, watch that in slow motion. You're gonna see my weight shift forward. You're gonna see me lose my lats. You're gonna see that bar sweep out. And then I corrected, did all right on the next 2. But again, when you're lifting maximal efforts, 2, 3 rep, whatever, you're gonna see what your weakness is. So that's the importance of maxing out and testing that, so you can see where you're weak and then train that weakness. And then when you're done with your meat and potatoes, your deadlifts, your accessory lifts that you're going to choose are going to be based on where your weakness is.
Okay. So in response to that weakness, what would you do? Like training.
Weak from the floor, right?
Okay.
So my weakness is more from the floor to the knees than the knees to lockout.
Okay.
Right? So I would say speed off the floor, speed deadlifts. I would say
band resistance deadlifts.
Band resistance deadlifts. That's a good one because where's your band?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
My mind went to sweeping deadlifts.
Okay.
Just something you can do where you attach a band to the bar, anchor it over here, so the band's trying to pull the bar away.
Okay.
So you get more lat activation.
Oh, I've never done that before.
Yes. Yeah.
That's legit.
It's gonna force you to pull that more back.
Right.
Exactly.
That's where my mind would go, but I mean, the truth is, there's a ton of exercises to choose from.
Yeah.
So, and it's mixing and matching and just figuring it out and playing with it and having fun.
The first one is always the hardest.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Even like Steffi Cohen, she'll admit that. Like this girl pulls like more than this weight, and she weighs about 25.
Yes.
Right? Has quads bigger than your future.
And I would say that is because we're pulling from the floor. There's no negative.
Yeah.
There's no negative.
Yep.
Until you come to lockout, now you've got a negative on your second one.
So you have loaded muscles and
Right. And so this is what I would say is the most beneficial thing you can do. So in regard to a weakness, rather than, even better than finding what accessory lift to do or anything like that, take weight off the bar and work time under tension. This is the absolute best thing anybody can do. For the deadlift, for example, whatever you're comfortable working with, 135, and just start speed on the pull, speed off the floor, 1 second concentric rep, and then 3 seconds going down.
Okay.
Ingraining that bar, pushing the hips back. Once the bar gets past the knees, drop the hips. Getting that dorsiflexion from in front of those calves light up. Next week, don't add more weight. Add a second to your time under tension. So 3 second negatives this week. 4 second negatives the following week. The following week, 5 second negatives, 6 second negatives. Run with it for 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. And own that range of motion from the bottom, because if you can own the negative, you're going to own the positive.
Makes complete sense though. You're controlling the weight. It's teaching you to control the weight a lot.
Exactly. Control, control, control.
Yep.
It's one thing you see a lot of people throwing around a lot of weight don't have.
No, they
you
drop.
see them pick that weight up and it,
Yeah, just immediately just
They lose all
Yeah,
tension.
go to jello. They go to jello, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's no control.
Yeah.
If you can't set it down under control, you can't lift it. Ego will tell you you can. I say, no, if you can't control the negative, you can't control the
We're
positive.
gonna catch a lot of hate on that one. Leave some comments down below, right? And tell me if Justin is wrong.
Hey,
Tell me.
fire away, fire away.
Yeah, ego lifts or no ego lifts, you know who you are. All right, yeah, leave some comments. All right. Okay. So Nevin, you're up on 5. Okay. I'm playing. I'll get that side. You get that side, right? No.
That's
Yeah.
how we have to go.
This guy just cleaned up his technique so much.
Hook grip.
Yeah.
The focus. Sitting on your heels, driving through your hips instead of the lower lumbar.
I lost that rotation all on the left side.
Yeah.
Completely. I'm like, not even exaggerating, I don't feel it.
Ton better.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can still do it. I'm on the target. On that.
Much better extension up through that thoracic spine. That's a much stronger pull.
Just took us to church.
Toss a thing or two. That's
Yeah. Just a thing or 5.
Finger
Let's
better way to worry.
yeah. As weird as it sounds, we're gonna go ahead and chest. It is Monday. Yeah. All right. Let's rack these. Put them away. Favorite weight, folks.
That's good, man.